Embrace the darkness, Jackie.
Hello there, Surfrom17 once again, introducing you to my Darkness 2 Dawn Difficulty video walkthrough. This is the second part to Chapter 16, Homecoming, and there's a hell of a lot of fighting in the rest of this level, so just keep pushing forward, and be aware when you go to the top of the staircase that you're about to see me ascend. If you push too far into the room, you'll get swarmed by enemies, so if you pull back and you do what I do, you'll be able to do it without any challenge, and you'll have an easy time getting through it. But for the rest of this video, I'm going to talk about some more games news and things, just to make it a bit more enjoyable for the people that don't want to tell me how to do what they've been doing for the last 4 hours. And the first one we've got is we'll be seeing more of the Unreal Engine 4 this year. And there's a quote here saying people are going to be shocked later this year when they see Unreal Engine 4 and how much more profound an effect it will have. And if you're not too up on engines and things when it comes to gaming, pretty much a lot of Xbox games are built off of the Unreal Engine, and they're built off of the last iteration of it. And things like Gears of War, all kinds of different games use it to really good degrees, and it's a fantastic engine. And it's not showing all that many signs of age aside from like the texture pop and things, because it still looks really good and really relevant, but this new engine looks fucking ridiculous, and I cannot wait to hear about some of the technical stuff they're going to be able to achieve now, because as everybody knows, games are getting more and more beautiful, they're getting more and more crazy and more technically competent at handling things, so they're just going to continue to get better in every way, shape and form, and I cannot wait to see some of the potential things they're going to be able to do with this new technology, because the best thing about the Unreal Engine is Unreal hands it out to people after they've used it, after they've like made it and patented it and everything. They allow other developers to get it and to do different things with it. So the only thing that's limited is people's imagination and people's, you know, skill when it comes to using the software, and that is pretty inspiring stuff. And the next bit of news is Hasbro reveals Fall of Cybertron toys, and I love the old Transformers. The new Transformers can fuck off and die, so I'm not that interested in that. But a Sony video prepares gamers for Vita's launch, and I'm pretty excited for the PlayStation Vita, because if I'm completely honest, I had no real even lust to go near the PSP until I went to France for 3 weeks, and I played nothing but my DS. And don't get me wrong, the games I took were really good, and they helped me when I was, you know, craving a bit of video game goodness, and it made me really appreciate handhelds for what they are. And because in my general day-to-day life I don't travel too much, I don't really fully appreciate how good they are. And because you can crack the PSP and get all the like old PlayStation games on it, that really appeals to me, and I can't even imagine what they're going to be able to do with this next one, because it's just going to be bigger, better, and there's going to be, you know, even nicer and more enjoyable games available for it. So maybe a year and a half, and I may be investing in getting one, because there's just a lot of stuff to do with them, and handhelds are lifesavers for anybody that's had to go on a prolonged trip. Trust me, if you've never experienced it, you're pretty lucky, but it's night and day difference when you've got something to remind you of your passion, of your pastime, and it's a great thing. So I hope the Vita does well. I've not heard too much about it, but I'm sure there's plenty of people that know all the statistics, so I'll save you from my half-assed attempt at telling you anything more than I don't understand. So after this, we've got Atlas gives you a second chance to buy Radiant Historia, which is a DS RPG. And it was pretty rare, I do believe. I didn't play it. I've got an R4 card though, so I can, you know, I can get it if I want to. But I don't really know much about it, so moving on. Paramount and Namco Bandai to co-publish Star Trek. Not too sure about that either. Then we've got a review for Shank 2. I never played the original Shank, but it's a side-scrolling, like, cel-shaded, cartoony-looking Samurai Jack-esque, melee-based Streets of Rage type deal. Then we've got some preview stuff for various games. Steam hack in November may still pose a threat. You see, everybody thinks that games are going towards digital distribution and these kind of, you know, systems like Steam and that. And don't get me wrong, Steam are probably a fantastic company, but if they're so fucking susceptible to getting hacked, why don't they install better security? Because at the end of the day, this is people's details. And I mean, just look at what happened to Sony. They lost fucking millions in the time that Sony was down because of that hack. And it's just, I don't know, it doesn't really instill your faith in things, does it, when stuff like this is getting hacked and you put your details onto them. But as you push into here, this is the final environment for the last boss, and you're going to see that on the next video. But don't worry, he's a piece of cake, and I'm going to shit on his face. So see you there, people, and you take care now.